He was called the baddest man on the planet. He knocked out grown men in 90 seconds. He bit off an ear. He owned tigers. He was a human wrecking ball. Opponents didn't just lose to him. They were terrified of him before the bell even rang. But look closer. Before he walked out to destroy people, my Tyson would sit in the locker room and cry. He cried because he was terrified. He cried because deep down, he was still a scared little boy from Brooklyn who just wanted his daddy to love him. This is not a story about boxing. This is a story about fear. Welcome to the defining moment. Today, we enter the mind of Iron Mike Tyson. Mike grew up in Brownsville, Brooklyn, one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in America. He wasn't a tough guy. He was fat. He had a high-pitched voice and a lisp. He was bullied every single day. By age 10, he had been arrested more than 30 times. His only friends were pigeons. He loved them because they never judged him. One day, an older bully stole Mike's favorite pigeon. Mike begged for it back. Instead, the bully ripped the bird's head off and threw the blood at Mike. Something snapped inside Mike. The fear turned into pure rage. He swung his fist for the first time. He beat the bully unconscious. In that moment, Mike Tyson realized, if I hurt them first, they can't hurt me. At 13, Mike was sent to a reform school. He was a monster with raw power, but zero discipline. Then, he met Cus D'Amato. Cus was a legendary boxing trainer, but he was also a philosopher. He saw something in Mike that no one else saw: greatness. Cus didn't just teach Mike how to punch. He adopted him. He gave Mike a home. He became the father Mike never had. Every night, Cus would sit by Mike's bed and hypnotize him with words. You are the best. You are a god. No one can beat you. Cus taught Mike the most important lesson about fear. Fear is like fire. If you control it, it keeps you warm. If you don't control it, it burns you and everything around you. Mike learned to use his fear as fuel. He became a machine designed to kill. He built Mike's ego up from nothing. $1,985. Mike Tyson turned pro. He didn't just win, he executed people. November 1986. At just 20 years old, he destroyed Trevor Berbick to become the youngest heavyweight champion in history. He had money. He had fame. He was the king of the world. But tragedy struck right before his biggest win. Cus D'Amato died of pneumonia. Mike stood at the grave of the only man who ever loved him. Without Cus, Mike was a beast without a leash. He had the power, but he lost the guidance. And the wolves were waiting to eat him alive. With Cus gone, the wolves moved in. Don King, the promoter with the electric hair and the slippery smile. He told Mike, "You don't need discipline. You need money." Mike fired Kevin Rooney, the only trainer who kept him disciplined. He stopped training. He started partying. He was invincible, or so he thought. February 1990, Tokyo. The impossible happened. Mike Tyson, the god of war, was knocked out by Buster Douglas, a nobody. The image of Mike crawling on the canvas searching for his mouthpiece became the symbol of his life falling apart. The god had bled. (1992). Rock bottom got deeper. Mike was convicted of rape and sentenced to 6 years in prison. Inside that cell, stripped of his millions, Mike found something unexpected: books and Islam. He read philosophy. He converted to Muslim, taking the name Malik Abdulaziz. He entered prison as an animal, but he planned to leave as a thinker. But the rage was still there. 1997, the Holyfield fight. Frustrated by headbutts, Mike snapped. He didn't box. He cannibalized. He bit off a piece of Holyfield's ear and spit it onto the canvas. The world didn't see a champion anymore. They saw a monster, a freak show. By 2003, Mike Tyson had earned over $400 million, and he spent it all. He filed for bankruptcy. The man who owned tigers and mansions was now homeless and in debt. But money was nothing compared to the real pain. 2009, his 4-year-old daughter, Exodus, died in a tragic treadmill accident. This broke Iron Mike completely. He said, "I did cocaine for a week. I wanted to kill myself." But in that darkest moment, he realized he couldn't be the monster anymore. He had to change, not for the world, but for himself. Look at Mike Tyson today. The baddest man is now a gentle grandfather. He runs a cannabis business. He podcasts. And he's back with his first love, the pigeons. He killed the ego that Cus D'Amato built. He said, "I'm scared of the old Mike Tyson. That guy is a monster. I don't want him to come out anymore." He found peace, not in violence, but in letting go. What can we learn from the roller coaster life of Iron Mike? Lesson 1. Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it. Without discipline, talent is useless. Lesson 2. You are not your past. Mike went from a thug to a champ, to a convict, to a philosopher. You can always reinvent yourself. From a scared boy to a feared monster, and finally, a peaceful man. That is the defining moment of Mike Tyson. If this story touched you, please hit like and subscribe. I'm Peter. Keep fighting your inner demons. Peace.